Okay, there is a super chat on the website that says, please ask her if she knows of all the young boys with underdeveloped brains exposed to the filth she helped produce and the effects it has long term.
The are they talking about minors seeing corn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible, and I fight against it. I've gone on Fox News. I've trying to fight politically to get age verification across all states. So it's horrible, and I repent for that. That's something that I feel very guilty about to this day. But unfortunately, like I can't go backwards. If I could, I would.
What is the biggest disagreement you have with my platform?
The biggest disagreement, I haven't watched enough videos. Like your shorts pop up on my stuff all the time, and there's some stuff where I'm like, oh, that's great, she's right. But I just think probably just the broad generalization of women, and also the fact that it seems like you want to just point the finger and, oh, she's a liar, but it's like you don't know me personally. If you did know me personally, I think that your opinion would change. And I think that would be the same if you met other women personally that you sit here and you criticize. So.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the actions, I would have to see the actions. And I think too many times they just don't match. That's my issue.
I mean, my actions are literally, I'm out here trying to help people and prevent them from getting into the porn industry. And that's what I use my YouTube for. I use it to help people get set free from pornography. That's why I'm out here. I'm trying to help people.
I said a lot of men want to know Brittany personally. That's funny. Do you think there's any issue bringing in former sex workers around men that are trying to abstain from lust?
There could be. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see how there could be, especially if the woman is not modest in her appearance. I think that could be a huge temptation for them. So yeah, there definitely could be.
So if I did a church and I had, now obviously this is made up, I'm not doing a church, but I'm going to give you my hypothetical and I want you to tell me if you agree or disagree. If I had a sex worker come into my church, I would say that you can come in, but you need to be in a box away from all the husbands, because we can't have you. I don't want a sex workers by my boyfriend, or, if I was married to my husband. Yeah, I would want them in a different box where they could very little interaction. And then I would, they could join the community after like 5 years of silence and service. And then maybe after then they could be fully integrated. I would also put marriage off the table, because personally, I wouldn't really want the men, they don't deserve to be with women that have sex tapes on the internet that can be used against them, and their kids being involved. I just think that's something you kind of sacrifice when you make that choice. And I would say 5 years of good behavior, and then we could start to treat them normal.
I think it's a whole set of rules that are just, they're pearl-made rules. And Jesus did not make those rules. Jesus sat with sinners. He sat with prostitutes. He sat with tax collectors, and he invited them in with, and always empowered them to go and sin no more. And so I think that's the church's job. The church is for the sick. The church is so that people can come in, encounter Jesus, and their lives can be transformed. And so if we just kind of outcast every person that, well, we just don't like your sin because, your sin could tempt my husband.
Okay.
What about the alcoholic? It's like,
let me continue. What about pedophiles? Should we keep them away from children?
I think that's a different scenario.
How convenient.
Why is that convenient?
Because in a way, I mean, your porn was consumed by underage boys.
But I'm no longer, I get what you're saying. I just think it's a totally different, I think that's completely different, because here's the deal.
It's convenient.
I'm getting if I'm sharing my story in church, it's not because I've asked to be there. It's because somebody said, our church needs to hear a story, to whether it be to humanize or just to help people to find freedom, because a lot of my church is struggling. I mostly speak to women. And so if that's the invite, but like, I don't know if many people are saying, let's invite the pedophile to speak to our, I just don't see the correlation. It's entirely different. I was an adult. I wasn't molesting children.
Because men are held accountable for their sin and women aren't. I mean, producing that material, a good chunk of them are guys that are underage. So I don't really see how you're that different. I really don't.
I mean, yeah, but I
would also allow them.
The problem is, here's the difference. A pedophile is willing to go and do things to a child. For me, the big difference is that the government needs to instill age verification so that we can protect children from watching these things. Just like identification is required for alcohol or for gambling or for a strip club. It should also be required for people to watch porn, because the legal age to watch.
But then shouldn't there be a verification for ex-hoes? Why wouldn't we have the same standard for women that are whores, that there's some verification that they're no longer whores?
I don't understand your question.
I'm saying you want verification.
Age verification
areas. Yeah.
But show me that you're 18 if this is the kind of content you
show me that you're not a whore, I think that's fair. Show me.
I'm living it out. That life, I'm a new creation. That life is old. It's dead. It's gone.
Not really, because it's still on the internet and that lives.
And you know what? There's going to come a day where I am going to fight for some sort of a law to get that taken down, because I don't think that all these companies should be profiting off, something that I did many years ago and I've changed my life around. Why is that so funny to you?
Because women just avoid accountability at all costs. You made a choice. I gotta mute you. You made a choice to do porn, and now when you made that choice, you knew that was going to be on the internet forever as a consequence. The only consequence you faced, actually. And now you're like, let me get the government to remove my consequence because it's not fair. They're making money and I'm not. It's just the audacity of you guys at times. I just can't. I don't see how this invites people to church. I think it draws more people away. And you're basically making church the last stop on the horror train. It's really what I see the church becoming. I'll unmute,
I just want to know, who thinks for you guys? You guys all think and say the exact same thing. That's like there's this red pill God that says, this is how you must think. This is what you must say. It's wild to me.
Because you women, you guys have gone your whole life without getting men's opinion. You never hear it. You were a pretty girl. So the whole world is never going to be honest with you. And when you hear what men have to say, you just gaslight for eternity and then shame them and act like there's something wrong with them having that opinion. I'm not wrong because I don't believe somebody that knows how to manipulate men for sex. I'm not wrong because I don't have to believe you. It's not immoral. Yeah, that's my more and more women, there's one super chat. More and more women are going into sex work and more women are going to skirt accountability. Can she recognize that fact? Does she think it's a good thing that the church is going to accept these women? What's that saying to women that do the right thing? Yeah. Does it devalue being virtuous?
Does doing porn devalue being virtuous? Is that the question?
So when women look at you and they see, oh, she did the porn, she kept the money, she got the husband, she got the kids. Why would a woman do the right thing? Don't you think that devalues women that do the right thing?
I think it's all a heart posture. I got an email from some woman the other day that was just like, F you, I've been a virgin my whole life and F you and blah, 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 all that stuff. because I'm not married. She's not married yet. But it's really a heart posture. And it's kind of like, well, that's why you're not married. No man wants to marry a woman that is like going off on other women saying, F you, da 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 da. Like, it's just sorry.
It's just, oh no, it's the audacity. I just think when you've done porn, you can't tell me anything. You can't. I think there's certain life choices that once you've made, you made those choices. Nobody can take anything you say serious. You can't lecture anybody on anything ever. Single motherhood, porn, drug addiction. Yeah, you can't. Because anyone that's made those choices, it says something about you as a person. And my other question is, what is a heart posture?
Your heart posture is the motive. It's the reason why you do what you do, right? And so like if your heart is not aligned with Christ, of course you're going to be critical, you're going to be envious of my story. Like and I'm not people aren't. No, it's the truth. You can laugh all you want. It's sad. It's sad. God has given me a beautiful life.
Oh my God.
That is the grace of God. And you know what? That's so encouraging, because if there's anybody here that feels like they've messed up, if there's anybody here that's watching today and they feel like they've messed up, they feel like, you know, there's no chance for them because the red pill movement is saying that you've made your...
Nobody envies you. Oh my God, nobody.
You keep muting me. Come on now. I'm making a very valid point. Yeah. I'm making that if you, Pearl, there's people here today that are watching, guaranteed, that feel like they've messed up in life and that there's no hope for them because the red pill movement has told them that they've, you know, no pun intended, made their bed and have to lie in it, right? Like you just
look it. I'll tell you, there's always a simp who will bail you out. There always is. So don't worry. There actually are no consequences for being a whore. So I want to clarify my position.
There are consequences.
There's no consequences.
Yes,
and I'm speaking to one of them, you know, you could get gangbanged on camera, still get married and have
I never did a
kids.
gangbang.
It's okay. Thank you for clarifying, Brittany.
You're welcome.
Like, thank you for clarifying.
Oh yeah. Bro, I actually like you. You're a good